Just talking about who would Washington hang. Talking about if MTG is still alive. They did put out all these death threats out on MTG, and Trump also said he wanted to arrest Bill Clinton. So far as I know, MTG hasn't been killed yet. Bill Clinton hasn't been arrested yet. Does this mean Trump is completely powerless and ineffective? Does this mean Trump doesn't have the obedience of all his little minions, Trump Trump-oodneers, that once he had? He probably does. But we need to go ahead and catch the people who try to kill MTG. There will almost certainly be people who try to kill, or Trump Trump-oodneers, who try to kill MTG. And we should catch them, and then we should catch Kash Patel for trying to protect them. We should catch Kash Patel and his Timu KGB FBI for trying to protect the people who try to kill MTG. Like, we know it's coming, so again, I don't think that a lot of people are watching my videos and taking my advice about stuff, but since we know an assassination attempt on MTG is coming, maybe stop it and catch the people who are responsible, and catch the people who are responsible for giving them cover. That's going to be the FBI. Like, we know where to look. We know who to look at. So we might as well catch them since we know they're coming. Now, MTG is a traitor to America for supporting Trump. But now she's a traitor to Trump. And it brings up the point that there's only one duty you have to an evil master or an evil god, and that's to betray them. That's what betrayal is for. There's a good kind of betrayal where you betray someone evil. Marjorie Taylor Greene is doing it right now, or starting it right now. And she did enough just by calling for the Epstein files that Trump is calling for her assassination. And now Trump has broadened that out to call for the assassination or hanging of Democrats. Of course, who would Washington really hang? Who would Washington hang? Washington would hang BJT. Washington would hang Vladimir Futon. Washington would hang Lil Moses Mike Johnson. Washington would hang all the Trump-oodneers. And we can make that happen now because Trump has basically said that we should be hanging the people that Washington would hang. And we know who Washington would really hang. Trump has just identified the wrong guilty parties in this case, the wrong traitors. He himself is a traitor. 6 out of 9 of the Supreme Court are traitors. All MAGA Trump-oodneers are traitors. So all these people cheering on ICE, they deserve life in prison for enabling ICE. All the ICE agents deserve either life in prison or execution for treason, but they should be gone one way or the other, and all their property, including their bonuses, should go to their victims. So we should have automatic citizenship for everyone ICE contacts, and we should have life in prison for all ICE and all their enablers, / execution for the other ones. Agrod Panda is here. He said, isn't that a bit, what do you mean extreme? How is that extreme? Life in prison is the punishment for kidnapping, especially in conjunction with other crimes. And they're always committing other crimes. So life in prison is the punishment for kidnapping. What's the punishment for treason? Trump just recently reminded us, hanging, right? It's execution. So no. What do you think was extreme? I have no idea what you're talking about is extreme about it. I'm jumping to the most general conclusion, but hanging traitors is not extreme. Trump's reminding us that's our duty to traitors, to hang them. So Trump just signed his own suicide note. I mean, he can hang himself. He can live up to his idol and build his little bunker and go down there with a bullet, just like his idol did. He can do that. But his minions, Stephen Miller, he's not brave enough to do that. So Stephen Miller will need to be hung or executed in any fashion deemed appropriate by the posse that catches him. Hashtag grab him by the posse. I'm sorry, what did you think was extreme? What country are you from? Where do you live? Are you not currently experiencing a fascist takeover of your country? Chris Cedar retracted his message. That was wise. And Midnight Squirrel said, shut your bitch ass up, because he's a Trump-oodneer, a terrorist. So why are you a Trump-oodneer still? Is it for the sex trafficking? Are you a pedophile? Which one is it, Midnight Squirrel? At Midnight Squirrel, we're getting all your names now, your handles now, instead of your nicknames. At Midnight Squirrel, is it the pedophilia that you support? Is it the treason? Is it knocking down our White House? Is it the concentration camps? You're probably really in it for the concentration camps and kidnapping, huh? You said you're going to be thrown in jail. Nope, Midnight Squirrel, I'm not going to be thrown in jail. And you might not make it to jail either, because you're a traitor. So treason, hanging, You might not make it to jail. You'd be safer in jail if you could make it to jail, but you might not make it to jail because you're a Trump-Putineer traitor. So hanging. Remember what he was calling for? Hanging traitors? Guess who that applies to? MAGA, Trump-Putineers. And now that Trump has called for it, and he has immunity when he calls for something legal, that's legal. It's legal to hang you guys. It's not legal to hang the Democrats for saying to obey his unlawful orders, but it's legal to hang you guys for your treason. So Trump has called for it. Who's going to be the first one to go up? Who's going to be the first one to go up? Tucker Carlson? MTG? Because MTG is still a traitor. She's starting to betray Trump, so she's starting to become American again, but she's still a traitor. Now, Jenna Griswold, RAG, who kicked Trump off the ballot, she got all the death threats from the Trump-Putineers, and she said, bring it on. She's packing. She's a pistol-packing mama, and she would welcome the opportunity to rid this world of some Trump-Putineers. That's what we got on the Democrat side. You guys got MTG bragging to a kid who went through a school shooting that she's got a permit to carry, that she's got a gun in her purse. Will she get a chance to use it? We'll see. We'll see. But who will she be using it on? A Trump-Putineer MAGA. A MAGA Trump-Putineer terrorist. That's who she'll be self-defending herself against. Good luck to her. I hope she takes down a bunch of y'all. That'd be fantastic. Are you posted up? Are you trying to snipe Marjorie Taylor Greene right now? Are you trying to obey Trump's orders or kidnap Bill Clinton? Are you going to go kidnap Bill Clinton or arrest Bill Clinton for Trump? What are you willing to do? Midnight Squirrel says, nah, you're wrong again. I don't think so. I think I caught you, Midnight Squirrel. Let's get your identifying information for the Nazi hunters. Joined 5 days ago. You got some profile picture with like blue on top of your head, a blue hat. Joined 5 days ago and you got no subscribers. Why am I talking to you? What was your old channel, Midnight Squirrel? Agad Panda. Is it Agro Panda? Agro D Panda? Agrod Panda? So someone who voted for a politician, they should be imprisoned? You should be in prison for supporting kidnappers, okay? We imprison people for supporting terrorist networks. You're supporting a terrorist network when you support ICE kidnappers or Trump. So yeah, you can go to prison for supporting Trump. You can be given the option as a minion to stop supporting Trump and then not go to prison. How hard would that be? No, you'd support him to prison, wouldn't you? If the American government came to you and said, okay, you've supported Trump. For this, you can go to prison. Or you can just say you're sorry for supporting Trump. You'll go to prison for supporting Trump. Even after we prove he's a traitor, even after we prove he's a sex trafficker, even after we prove he's a terrorist and a Nazi for his concentration camps, to everyone, after everyone knows this, you'll still go to prison for Trump, won't you? You'll still go to prison. When we're rounding y'all up, you'll go to prison for Trump, won't you? That's pathetic. That's so sad. Or I guess you just have a fantasy about what's going to happen to you in prison. What if we don't leave you guys any food, and what happens to you in prison is you eat each other? All right, let's read your comments from Agro D Panda. But that's not fascist? You guys don't care what's fascist, okay? Because you kept fascism alive, because you kept concentration camps alive, you guys might end up in concentration camps, and we're not going to be sad about that. We'll be glad. Fuck you, Nazi traitor fucks. If you guys get the consequences that you're preparing for other people, fuck you. You deserve that. It does not matter if we put you in a camp and we don't put any food in there and you have to eat each other and it's strongest alpha survive. Fuck you. We'll film it for a TV show, you dipshits. We'll film it for reality TV. And we'll all cheer it on. And all these corporations that you guys are supporting now will be sponsoring it and making money off you guys eating each other. You stupid fucking MAGA traitors. Don't think we won't. I mean, that's if you're lucky you get to eat each other in a camp. Most of y'all are going to go up on the lampposts because you just authorized that. You fucking dipshits. Okay, Just Stop 001. We got your information and your, what is it, an alien profile pic? You don't deserve aliens. And you joined 4 years ago and you got 22 subscribers. Have you been in the live before? Do we need to check your history in the live to catch when you've also commented in this live? No, this is your first time. So you obviously didn't know what kind of live this is. We hunt Nazis. Okay, all you Nazi MAGA traders are going the fuck down. We're collecting your names. Go ahead and comment. YouTube likes to put a lot of Nazis in my lives, so I trap them. I take advantage of it and trap them while you're here. I guess I don't usually go live at this time of day, so you guys can be forgiven for not knowing what's going on here. But this is for trapping Nazis. This is because all Americans hate all you Trump Putin Nazis. And we're going to round you up. We're going to grab you by the posse. Yeah. Dude, you put yourself in threat by siding with terrorists. Okay? Stop being a terrorist. We have a war on terrorism. We're at war with you. It's war rules, you stupid fucks. You're going the fuck down. I don't care how many guns you have in your weapons cache. They ain't stopping a drone. Yeah, we're going to round you up. Grab them by the posse. Why wouldn't we round you up? Y'all are rounding up moms and grandmas. Y'all are kidnapping kids and moms and stuff and teachers and daycare teachers and nannies. Y'all are kidnapping people right and left. Why do you think we're not going to end up rounding up ICE and all their supporters? We can stock the prisons with ICE agents for life. Kidnapping, life in prison. We can stock the prisons for life with a bunch of white and traitor Trump Putineers. Nope. This is just Stop 001 projecting again. You're literally espousing terrorist sentiments while ironically calling people terrorists. No, it's not ironically calling people terrorists. I'm calling Trump Putineers what you are, terrorists. You're not people. You're Trump Putineers. You're zombies. You've been made Zionist zombies and Klan zombies. Those are the two branches, the two main branches. The Klan zombies, the Groypers, and the Zionist zombies, the turning points. You guys are one. Which one are you guys? Antoine's oh, sorry, I thought that was a Groyper who regularly attends my live. Not usually at this hour. We're catching a different schedule of Nazis today. We're catching a different schedule of traitors. But we're catching you, and we're getting your information out there to the Nazi hunters. Let's see what Amutha says. Hey, man, do you remember me? No, Amutha, what YouTube has recently done is changed everyone's names to their handles so we can more appropriately track them. We can hunt them down for being Nazis and expressing Nazi pro-MAGA sentiments. Oh, okay, now you're trying to back out of it. Now you got scared, huh? I'm not even a Republican. You're not even an American, are you? You're a MAGA. You're not even a human, are you? You're a MAGA. We caught you. Don't think you're going to get away with this bullshit, dude. You're not going to type your way out of this. You typed your way into it, you stupid fucking MAGA pedo. You don't think we're coming for you? I incited violence against... Oh! Dude, you're a MAGA. You don't matter. You don't count. You'll never matter or count. Go whine about it to Net and YouTube. You ain't going to do shit. You ain't ever going to do shit. You'll never matter until you stop being a MAGA. And watch, you're going to whine about it. Even though you just claimed that you're not a MAGA, you're going to whine about it because you know you are. May I know what this live is about? It's about who would Washington hang? Trump said mostly what he says is illegal. What he said recently is half illegal. He says hang the traitors. That's legal, you know. He's basically signing his own suicide note. Hang the traitors, and he's a traitor, and he knows it. He's saying hang the traitors, and he's a traitor. Now, when he says hang the traitors and those are Democrats, well, that's illegal. That's not true because the Democrats aren't traitors. But when he says hang the traitors, and we correctly interpret that to mean 6 of 9 Supreme Court justices and himself and his cabinet, and who's this guy? Just Stop 001. When we successfully identify who the traitors are and start hanging them, as far as I know, no one's hung any of them yet. But as soon as we start hanging the actual traitors, they're going to get scared and scatter like the cockroaches they are. That's going to include just Stop 001. I've done my part, dude. I caught you. How much work do you want me to do? The Nazi hunters will hunt you down for being a goddamn Nazi and a pedophile. Like, I just have to identify you. So I go on live. I say these things that trigger you stupid Trump Putineers. You guys comment and identify yourselves. Because just stop 011, even though you tried to claim you're not a Republican, you're supporting Trump, aren't you? Now would be the ideal time to correct the record if you don't support Trump. Go ahead. We'll wait. Correct the record if you don't support Trump. I'm literally an independent. Do you support Trump? Are you opposed to Trump or are you supporting Trump? I don't care what your registration is. You're registered as a traitor right now. You're registered as a pedophile. Until you can clearly answer the question that you oppose Trump, you're registered as a traitor. You're registered as a pedophile. We caught you, you dipshit fuck. Never voted for Trump. That's not relevant. You didn't oppose him, so you're a pedophile. Caught you. Okay? You've been given a chance. Okay? You kept jumping in with both feet into the Trump-Hootenier trap. We caught you. No, I'm not sick. I'm sick of you fucking Nazis. I'm sick of you goddamn traitors. I'm sick of y'all threatening Marjorie Taylor Greene. But are we going to catch the people who try to kill Marjorie Taylor Greene? Are we going to catch Kash Patel for trying to protect the people who try to kill Marjorie Taylor Greene? We know it's coming. Has she been killed yet? Like, we know it's coming. So are we going to protect her or not? You're clearly cheering on the assassination of congresswomen. Like, you can stop cheering on the assassination. How can he not be a pedo? He's definitely a pedo. What do you mean, how can he be a pedo? What do you mean? Yeah, I'm not going to go into detail about how that's done, but I'll tell you one path. You support Trump, a pedophile. That makes you a pedophile. He's a pedophile. He says he's independent. He says he's not Republican, but he can't say anything that he opposes Trump for because he's a pedophile. He's in the cult. He's in the Klan. He can't oppose Trump because he'll get the death threats like MTG got. And she's not an American hero enough to stand up to him and say, bring it on. Like our American hero, Jenna Griswold, who kicked Trump off the ballot. And when they death threatened her, she said, bring it on. She welcomed the opportunity to take a few of you pieces of shit out. And did they kill Jenna Griswold? No, the hell they didn't, because you're a bunch of fucking cowards. You can't do shit with all the guns you've amassed. You're just a bunch of weapons caches. So thanks for identifying where these weapons caches are located. Let's see what this dumbass just says. You just incited violence against me and said you would hunt me down. No, I said you're a Trump-Hootenier. You will be hunted down by Nazi hunters because you seem pretty dedicated to it. You claim not to be a Republican, you claim to be an independent, but you can't say anything against Trump. This would be your opportunity. I told you this was your opportunity. This is your trial, and you're being found guilty. Why is MAGA so mad? Because they're repressed homosexuals. They're all gay, and they hate themselves for being gay. Just look at Mike Johnson. Gay as shit, right? He's like fucking his kid. He's fucking his son. Like they trade masturbation stories. Okay. So Mike Johnson is fucking his son. That's how gay he is. But he hates himself for it. Not for the child abuse, for the gayness, right? He hates himself for it. And he takes it out on all of us. They all do this. They're all gay as fuck. Now that BJT has blown Bubba, they can all do gay stuff because their god baby did gay stuff. So that's great. They can all do gay stuff. They can be open about being gay, and that can diffuse their Trumpism and fascism. And other ones are just going to be so homophobic that they turn on Trump for blowing Bubba. And they're going to be like, you know, they're going to start to realize that he's lying to them about everything. So one way or another, live by the meat sword, die by the meat sword, as somebody said. One way or another, BJT blowing Bubba is the end of MAGA. So great. Good riddance. Okay, let's read your questions. The Nazi says, all these live streams saved whatever you delete or not. Dude, I make highlights. I make highlights so the Nazi hunters can more effectively track you. I've made a number of highlights with Just Stop 001. Like, dude, you're being hunted for being a MAGA. It might have just started because your dumbass commented in the wrong live, but you need to learn a fucking lesson today. You could try to change your story. You could lean into being not a Republican, as you claimed earlier. You could lean into being an independent, but you're not independent. You're a Putin puppet. You're a Trump-Hootenier like all of them. I'll make a highlight of this so Nazi hunters can more effectively hunt you. I want this posted as soon as possible so they can start hunting you. I told you not to do this. I told you how to get out of it, and you can't fucking do that. You'd rather go down with goddamn Trump, with BJT. You want to go down just like Trump went down on Bubba. All right. Words on a live stream mean absolutely nothing by using it in a trial. Exactly. It's hate speech. You guys made hate speech part of free speech. You get what you get, you stupid whiny bitches. Trump mutineers are Space Force in the streets, flat earth in the sheets. You can't handle the shit coming back at you. But dude, it's going to come back hard. And I'm just warning you, this, if you can't handle this, you damn sure can't handle the posse coming to grab them by the posse. Because yeah, that's when it could happen. Either cops are going to use their qualified immunity against these kidnappers in ICE. Either the military is going to coup and overthrow and arrest Trump and Hegseth, or real American heroes are going to grab them by the posse. And it's a lot less violent if the military does it, even if cops do it, than if posses do it. Like, we can do this revolution hungry or uninsured. And everybody was cheering for hungry. They don't realize how violent that gets. No, we need to do this revolution uninsured, with everybody's SNAP benefits intact. And we can revolt and get universal health care. Just stop paying insurance bills, stop paying medical bills, send them to the White House and send AOC or Jasmine Crockett to the White House to pay them. Voila, universal health care. Concepts of a plan that fail into an actual plan. Mud Butters 22 says, means literally nothing. I don't know what you're referring to. Just Stop says, words don't matter. Threatening to murder someone is kind of illegal there. But, oh no, didn't Trump threaten to murder Marjorie Taylor Greene? Didn't Trump cheer on the terrorist who threatened to murder Marjorie Taylor Greene? It is illegal. He should be arrested for that. You're right. Trump should be arrested for, say, threatening Democrats to hang Democrats. He should be arrested for that. But if the cops don't do it, posses can. And they don't have to wait for a trial. They know what he said. They got rope. You guys digging your own graves, signing your own suicide notes. I'm telling you how to not do it, and you continue to do it. Mudbutter says, actions speak louder than words. Go ahead and try. Won't even pass in trial. Just words. Agro D Panda says, you realize you were promoting acts of violence, right? No. Is it violence if the victims are Nazis? Is it violence if the victims are traitors? It's just the law, dude. I'm repeating what Trump said. Hang some traitors. Okay? Trump's saying hang traitors, but he means Democrats, and he's wrong about that. That's an illegal act. You should disobey that illegal act. But if he said hang some traitors and he means himself or his Supreme Court justices, well, he's right about that. So it's up to interpretation, isn't it? He's openly admitting to inciting violence against me. No, dude, you signed up for a list. This live is to catch Nazis. You signed up as a Nazi. You can't criticize Trump, so you're a Nazi. You can't criticize Trump for his pedophilia. You can't criticize Trump for his concentration camps. You can't criticize Trump for his kidnapping. You can't criticize. I'm giving you the answers. You can't criticize Trump for knocking down the White House. You can't criticize Trump for destroying our government. You can't criticize Trump for calling for violence against American people or American people's representatives. You can't say anything against Trump, so you're a traitor. You've signed up for the list. This is the list. You've signed up for it. I should just title this thing The List. I'm calling the police. Okay, good. At least you're out of my life, dumbass. But we got all your information recorded. Okay? Let's just remind everybody, this is Just Stop. I should report you for promoting terrorism while you're here. Just Stop, you joined 4 years ago and you got 22 subscribers. So, caught you. You commented in the wrong live, dipshit. Mudbutter says, well, maybe you shouldn't have voted for a tyrant. Thank you. Exactly. You vote for a tyrant, you're going to get the consequences. And he said he never voted for Trump, but he can't say anything against Trump. See, a lot of Trump mutineers have to pretend they didn't support Trump so people will listen to them because they know that all human beings hate all MAGA pieces of shit. Mudbutter says, LMAO, common sense. Call the local authorities, please. Exactly. Exactly. Oh my gosh, why are you still typing? I thought you were calling the police. You fucking lying piece of shit. They will laugh at you and charge you for disturbing the peace. Yeah, they'll probably just charge you for false report. I am Mudbutters. I just said I was. I would have expected anyone to call the police and file a report if someone threatens to murder them. I wasn't threatening shit. I was telling you Nazi hunters will hunt you down. Nazi hunters will hunt you down for being a Nazi. That's only appropriate. Nazi hunters hunt Nazis from Germany for the rest of their lives. There'll be 93-year-old Nazis and fucking 20-year-old Nazi hunters bust in on them, caught you, you stupid fucking Nazi. So I'm trying to tell you how to avoid that fate, and your dumbass is like, oh, call the police on this person trying to stop the Nazis. Oh no. Like, you're a fucking Nazi. We all hate you for reasons. All right, thanks, Mudbutters. Thanks for being an American or a human in here commenting. And I'm telling you, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen from the police report. He's going to get caught for being a Nazi, though. That'll happen. Like, that just happened. What about love over hate? What would Jesus do? Who would Washington hang? The new standard is who would Washington hang? Jesus actually set Judas aside outside of Christianity to come back at this time and replace all patriarchy, Christianity, war, and Trumpism. So what Jesus would specifically do is replace the religion that's sullied his name. That's what Jesus would do. Check out the hashtag Church of Judas for how all that happens. I don't know if you were really ready for that question when you said, what would Jesus do? Who would Washington hang is the bracelets we need. WWWH. Who would Washington hang? Because Washington would hang Trump. Washington would hang Just Stop 001. And he needs to know that. He retracted his message. Good choice. You should have retracted yourself from the live. Well, say something of logic and stop crying, is what Mudbutters told him. No one's going to kill you from the internet, LMAO. Do you live in fear? Besides, Nazi hunters, it's not like hunting deer. I mean, I guess it can happen. But Nazi hunters hunt you down to get you on trial, to get your stuff, to take all your stuff away and give it to your victims, which is what we should do with all ICE agents' victims. Mudbutter says, Jesus. An internet god, 5401. Oh, great, internet god. Why am I not looking forward to this? Let me give you credit. Let me just give you the benefit of the doubt. Internet god is not necessarily going to be an insa-libertarian, Trump-Utineer, MAGA piece of trash like we assume from the name Internet God. But let's take a look. Internet God 5407 says, I hope the doors are locked where you are. Okay, yep. Figured Internet God would probably be a Trump-Utineer terrorist. So we'll read his next comment too, but we'll read it in Russian. Mudbutter says he voted for Trump. He's in denial mode currently. Yeah, he did vote for Trump. And then he has to lie and say that he didn't vote for Trump. He can't say anything against Trump, but he has to lie and say he didn't vote for Trump. Or he probably didn't vote for Trump because he's not in America. Most Trump-Utineers, like 90% of them, have never voted for Trump because they can't, because they're not Americans. I mean, they're just not in America at all. They just troll from Belarus or someplace. So Internet Gold 5407 says, answers a question with a question. You can't argue with insane. Well, dude, it doesn't matter what you think. You're one of the lives that don't matter. You're a Trump-Utineer. Done and done. Let's get your information for the Nazi hunters. Channel activity, joined 4 years ago, has 114 subscribers. That tracks. And now they can track you down. You're welcome. You're welcome. Or you can repent in this live. You can find out how to not be a Trumper right now, live in this live. We'll see which choice you'd make. Anyway, who would Washington hang? That's the question. Is Marjorie Taylor Greene still alive? That's the question. I've been live for like 28 minutes. That's a lot of stolen time for Marjorie Taylor Greene. With Trump sending his terrorists after her to death threat her and try to assassinate her. Now, we should see that coming and be ready to arrest the people who are trying to assassinate Marjorie Taylor Greene, including Kash Patel and the team in KGB, FBI, who are already actively working on protecting whoever is going to assassinate Marjorie Taylor Greene. Like, I'm calling that out minutes, hours, days before it happens. Are they going to act on it? You know? Is anybody going to act on Trump's orders to hang traitors? Because he's a traitor. And his ICE agents are traitors. Is anybody going to hang them? Like, is anybody going to carry out Trump's orders? Is anybody going to carry out Trump's orders to arrest Bill Clinton? Like, threaten us with a good time. Bill Clinton was involved in Epstein too. Arrest him. Let's find out what he knows. Or is BJT just talking shit because he's trying to distract from his own crimes, even to throw his sex partner and partner in crime, Bubba, Bill Clinton, under the bus? Is Trump going to go down for going down on Bubba? If Bubba's a horse, does that make an easier call to make? If Bubba's Bill Clinton, does that make it an easier call to make? Why did Trump-Putiners shit on themselves to hide the fact that they pissed themselves by saying that no, BJT blew a horse, not Bill Clinton? How is that supposed to be better? In whose mind is it better to blow a horse than Bill Clinton? Because one of those is illegal, at least in some states. Maybe not the states where the Trump-Putiners live, but blowing a horse is illegal. Blowing Bill Clinton, as long as he agreed to it, that's not illegal. That's actually the only legal and okay thing that Trump did in Epstein land is blow Bill Clinton. So hopefully it'll be an inspiration to other Trump-Putiners that they can go out and do gay stuff, their secretest desire. And then maybe once they go out and do gay stuff, they'll stop hating themselves and hating us and turning their hatred on everyone else like fascists apparently do, the recipe for fascism. So if that's the recipe for fascism, then sex, or in this case, openly gay sex, can cure your fascism. Openly gay sex would cure the fascism of Mike Johnson or Pete Hegseth or any of the Trump-Putiners. In the meantime, MTG in her bleached blonde, bad-built butch body is fending off death threats. Now, when our AG, or Secretary of State, Jenna Griswold in Colorado, was getting death threats from the Trump-Putiners, she said, bring it on. She's got a gun. She's ready to use it on the stupid-ass Trump-Putiners who try to kill her. Marjorie Taylor Greene has a gun. She was bragging about it to David Hogg. She was bragging about it to harass a victim of the Parkland school shooting. So how many Trump-Putiners will Marjorie Taylor Greene take down before they kill her? Or how many Trump-Putiners will she end up killing and escaping, and they'll make a movie about it or something? Like, Marjorie Taylor Greene could become a real American hero if she kills a few Trump-Putiners. We had the legendary good cop here in Colorado. She killed a Trump-Putinir terrorist who was running around killing women. And she quit the force. We didn't give her any parades or anything. We didn't really celebrate her for killing that terrorist. If we'd done that, she might have remained a cop and been an example to other cops, is what the legendary good cop can do. Kill Trump-Putinir terrorists. So anyway, I don't know who the first MAGA to get hung after Trump's comments are going to be, but who would Washington hang? Who would Washington hang? WWWH. You can make little bracelets. Who would Washington hang? And promote the idea, because it's time to end these Trump-Putinir terrorists. Trying to end this treason and terrorism from Trump and the MAGA Trump-Putiners. Anyway, we've probably gone through the live enough, and I'll shut it down unless we get anybody good in here. But we'll keep it at a 30-minute live. That way it'll post really quickly. So, thanks for being here. Who would Washington hang? Well, he'd hang Trump. He'd hang BJT. He'd hang Krasnov. Those are all the same person. Trump, BJT, Krasnov. That's who Washington would hang for the treason. Who else would Washington hang? Vladimir Putin, J.D. Vance. And Washington would hang Mike Johnson, Stephen Miller, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos. Washington will hang a lot of them. It reminds me of another catchphrase: seize all the companies funding Trump's attack on the White House and arrest their executives. So, welcome to the Pillar Revolution. Welcome to the Church of Judas. Welcome to the Peace Pipe Party. Welcome to the Fairy Liberation Front. And thanks for being here. Let's save Marjorie Taylor Greene. As weird as that sounds, let's save Marjorie Taylor Greene from the Trump-Putinir traitor terrorists who are trying to kill her. And let's catch everybody who tried to kill her and everybody who tried to protect the ones who tried to kill her. So we got to arrest Kash Patel. We got to arrest Trump. Trump's calling for the killing of Marjorie Taylor Greene. So let's make him die on that hill. Let's end it all with that. Let's let Trump's treason to the traitor who betrayed him turn out to be his last betrayal. That was pretty good, I guess. Make a highlight of that. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down and see you guys later. or hopefully don't see the Trump boutonnieres again, but see Mud Butters again. Mud Butters was good. And go ahead and comment on the content. Talk to y'all later. And don't forget, who would Washington hang? That applies to the Trump boutonniere traders.